Hey Flosstube, it's Lori of MischievousStitches. I'm back this weekend with another update to show you what I've been working on this week. And I'm going to start it off with kind of tacking on to last week's video. I say that because I had to stop and start that video several times. I was just, I don't know, kind of anxious or nervy as I was trying to make the video, and what ended up happening is I left a lot of the things I had picked up, things I wanted to show you. So I thought I would add that on at the beginning of this video so you could see. If you remember or you didn't see the video, I attended a Katrina Boyd of CrossStitchRetreat.com's retreat last weekend in Marietta, Georgia. And while there was a couple of my local friends that we have joined in on a stitch along, and we needed silk ribbon. We were unable to locate that silk ribbon, but we had a fun time, you know, rambling around the city trying to find the ribbon. Only to find a stitcher there when we returned was also participating in the stitch along and had found some on Etsy. So I did want to show you. I've ordered and gotten these in this week, but these are the two colors that I've chosen. One is more of a purpley plum and one is a navy. I was hoping to go for a deep dark purple, a plum, and this one is not quite dark enough for me, so I think that my color choice is going to be this navy, which I think is beautiful. So the only thing I have now left to do is to actually get my threads and pick up some fabric and get my outlines done. I think I have to the end of the month, and I can do that. It's not going to be a problem. So I'm looking forward to getting started with that stitch along. Also, while I was there, I got to spend some time with my boo thing, Lorraine, Rags to Stitches USA. We attended a retreat together back in March, and there were a couple of items that I was hoping to get from Market. There was a Market shop from a local shop called Tiny Stitches in Marietta, Georgia. It's actually a quilt shop that has a few cross-stitch supplies, and so they had some Market haul. There were some items that had sold out there at the retreat that I was able to get. One thing, it was one thing that had sold out, that there were more in the shop. So she picked those up for me months ago, and unfortunately I haven't been able to see her since March. So when we met up in Marietta, she brought the item, and it is the Samplers Not Forgotten Floral Cup Pincushion. And there was a real popular design by Samplers Not Forgotten at Market. Was it English Garden? There are several that are stitching it now, and it is a stitch along. But this is the pincushion, and it comes in this cool little bag that you can cinch close, drawstring closure, and it comes with this porcelain cup and the supplies to finish it off. So she brought that to me at retreat, along with one other thing. At retreat, Lorraine was actually binding a quilt. And so on the table in front of her, because we were sitting together, she had this little bottle of the little tiny, I don't know what they're called, gem clips. Let me see what it says here. It just says dress clips, but I think they're called something else. But it's the little gem clips that even stitchers use. A lot of quilters use them. And it come in this, she had it in this cute little jar, but it was, the selling point for me was just the jar. So it's a tiny little girl, and there's different color clips, and they all come with a different color girl, and I want you to see this in case you're interested in getting them for yourself. And the light is just so bright. Can you see that? There you go. So I got those, and so both of those items she brought to me at retreat, and it was great to see her and to see Donna and to meet Connie and to meet Megan finally. I had a really good time last weekend, and not long after making the video, I had to take a long hard nap. And when I say hard nap, I don't think a train running down the road in front of the house would have woken me up. Late nights, late fun nights, it was a great time. So that leads me to the next thing that we did. In search of those silk ribbons, we stopped by Tiny Stitches, the quilt shop. And there, if you've never been, it is located in Marietta, Georgia. and just beautiful quilts on display. Some of them Lorraine has done herself, as well as there's things, you know, you're going to be inspired to buy something. So I want to show you what I was inspired to buy. And it's the Just Can't Cut It all washed up, and it's a quilt. It's a quilt pattern. It's a basic quilt pattern. Many of you are wonderful quilters. I'm a newbie. I'm self-taught. I've taught myself to sew from YouTube videos from Missouri Star Quilt Company. I've made a few quilts, baby quilts, that kind of thing, but I'm still very much a newbie. But I wanted to do this because I want this done for Christmas, and I'd like to have it done for Christmas 2019, but... So here are my choices, and let me see if I can fan them out a little bit. This will be my binding fabric, but I've also got it for the centerpiece. This will be my main fabric, and it's Santa with campers and reindeer. It says Happy Holidays, Volkswagens, trucks, buffalo check, candy canes, just beautiful, fun Christmas fabric. And the piece actually calls for 4 colors, 4 different fabrics, I mean. And so these will be my colors along with that beautiful Santa fabric. Look at there. It wants to do everything but what I want it to do. So that's what I got. I love it. Now, like I said, I would like to have it done for Christmas 2019, but I need to be real with myself because, you know, I've got so many things to do that I want to do. It's probably going to be a 2020 quilt finish. But once again, if you've not ever visited Tiny Stitches, they have a Facebook page. I believe they have a web page too. I can't remember if it was a Facebook page or web page I looked up. That they offer classes. So if you're in the local area and you want to learn more about quilting, get online and check out that shop. I will link it below as well, either the Facebook or the website or both. Also, when I got home, I had a small package waiting for me from Jen's Stitching Niche. I ordered these patterns when she was my sponsor for the collaborative videos that I did 2 videos back. I wanted to actually make a purchase with her as a way of thanks as well for doing that for me. And this is Autumn ABCs. I think that's cute. I would want to darken the colors up a bit, but I think it's a great piece. And I am a lover of all things fall, so this is perfect for me. I also picked up this piece. It's the Douglas fir. I do plan on making this into an ornament, but I will be making some changes. I have something specific in mind when I picked up this piece, and I don't want to share it quite yet because I hope that what I have in my mind will translate as I go to kind of purpose this pattern. Renew it. I'm going to say renew it to something that I have rolling around in my mind. So there's that one. And I did pick up a few of these Prairie Schooler. They're just the tiny little cards. There's several different ones. This is collection card, mini card F. And so there's Christmas designs, Easter designs, Halloween designs, and there's just a few. If you've never purchased anything, I think these are great for sticking inside of a card. If you're sending a card to a friend and they're a stitch friend, they're perfect. And so I can't remember exactly how much they were. So let's just say $9. And you get 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 10 cards in there. And you can see there's Christmas, Halloween, another Christmas, another Halloween, Christmas, Christmas, spring, a bee, an angel, and Easter. So I picked those up for that purpose when I'm sending things out to friends, that I can just pop one of these as just a little something in a card. So that's something you may want to think about possibly if you're sending Christmas cards out to stitch friends. Also, I have continued to make fobs. I did go out yesterday because if you remember on my last video, I decided to do a giveaway for a buttons fob, and I decided to do 2. And so I have made those 2. I need to put something behind it. Let me put my Kindle behind it. Okay, so there's that. And I have 2 of them. And so right before the video, I did a random comment generator. And let me read off the names of the 2 that won the giveaway. Okay. It wants to be difficult. Okay, I have 2 winners. The first one is Lisa, the Silver Stitcher. Congratulations, Lisa. And the other is Renee Bebla. Congratulations to you both. I have not yet put the comments below your comments in the last video, but I will do that shortly after filming this one. But congratulations. Excuse me. Please send me your address at my email address that I will link below as well, and I will get those out to you hopefully by the end of this week. But while I was out shopping yesterday, I had a friend that flew in to visit her sister. She's a stitch friend. She is from Arizona. Her name is Karen, and she flew in to visit her sister who lives nearby. So we spent yesterday together, and we went to Joann's and just different places, had a great dinner together. She went with my family and I out to dinner, and so I'm looking for more items to make fobs out of. I really want to make a button fob with not just those mother of pearl buttons, but maybe some Christmas themed fobs. So I didn't find what I was looking for, but I did find a string of beads. Now if you've ever been to Joann's, they'll have a whole display on an aisle of nothing but strings of different types of beads. There's some beads that are just that, beads that are on the string that have a tiny bead on each end to keep them from coming off. Well, I found these beads that already had the wire in between them. They were already hooked up. It already had this little tassel at end. So all I did was buy some jump rings and a lobster claw, and I have another fob. Look how easy that was. For just a minimal price, I've got another fob. Took 5 minutes to make. So I picked that up yesterday, as well as a different color fastenings, and I plan to make some of those for Christmas gifts, so I'm excited to do that. And I'm going to move right on to my work on Smoky Mountain Christmas. Once again, here's the pattern. I didn't get to work on it a couple of days this week. Been kind of busy at work, but this is where I am this week. More and more the sky. As I've said before, it is half stitch sky, so it goes relatively quickly. But this portion, the trees and down, is going to be full stitches. So it's going to, my progress is going to be slower and slower as I move on. But I decided I had this on my LBC stand and decided to put it on my Q-snap, because as I went to move it on the stand, these half stitches distorted pretty easily. And it took some time and finagling to get them to straighten back out, and I didn't want that to happen again. And it would have as I moved over time, just stitching the piece as the stitch area got larger. So I put it on a large Q-snap, and snapping back to my friend Karen, we exchanged little gifties, and she gave me the cutest little handmade pin cushion and I love it. I absolutely love it. And I don't know what she stuffed it with. Was it maybe walnut shells or crushed walnut shells or sand? But it's stuffed very well. She did a great job on it. And also she made this little needle book for me with a little pin cushion. I love it. It's perfect. Thank you so much, Karen. You're so sweet. And one other thing before I let you go this week, we also I picked up a couple more yards of fabric. Now I thought I had them right nearby, and I don't. Oh my, oh my. But I picked up more fabric to do more bags. Do I need them? No, but that's not the point. I do. I have it here. I couldn't resist this fabric. Look at this. little hula girls. So I have this fabric, and this will be my inner fabric, hibiscus, with the hula girls. So when will I make those? I'm going to put that on my 2020 list as well. Hopefully not 2020. When I did the collaborative video, I showed a couple of pieces that I had used Classic Color Works to stitch with. I got a lot of questions about this piece. I stitched this, I would say 2010 maybe, and this is Holy Moses by Silver Creek Samplers, or is it Samplings? I did look on 123. I did not see this piece. I stitched it on an even weave 25 count 1/1. Other than the sky there, I used DMC. Did I use it in the 10 Commandments too? Yes, I did, because there's no variegation. 2011, I see it here, not 10, but 2011. And I can remember I was at Fripp Island with some of my stitch friends, and we were there for the week, and while I was there I worked on this. We would rent a house. There would be, I don't know, 6, 8 of us, and we would stay for the week, and that's all we would do all week, and it was wonderful. And I'm so thankful I will be going again this year for the first time in several years with some other friends, and I'm looking forward to it already. But going back to this piece, I got a lot of comments on it. Now, Diane of Silver Creek Samplers, and I'm sorry, Diane, I don't know if it's Samplers or Samplings, is a very sweet lady. And like I said, I've not found the pattern anywhere since I've received all those comments. But if you're interested in getting this, reach out to the designer. Ask her if she still has it available, just like there's so many that are coming back out and re-releasing things, because there seems to be the craft of cross stitch is being renewed. And I don't know whether it's just Flosstube or the interest, but whatever it is, it's great. And the designers are responding to us and our interest and our love for it in kind. So if you're interested in stitching this pattern, reach out to Diane Grick and let her know. It can be found on Facebook. Just reach out to her and let her know of your interest in this piece and where you might find it. That's all I have for you this week. The rest of the week I intend to continue working on Smoky Mountain Christmas. As I've told you in the last video, it's kind of a competition between me and 3 others of my friends. Our goal is Christmas of 2019, and I know that's a laughable date, but it is our date that we've agreed on, and so I'm going to work towards it. Other than that, that's about all I'm going to do, is just continue to focus on that. And until next weekend, I hope you cross all the stitches and stay cool. Happy stitching. Bye-bye.